Hey, so we just talked about what are the differences, and right now I'm going to talk about while loops. That's not a vibrant color. That's still not. We're going to talk about while loops. Okay. So, while loops run until while they run while a condition is met. While some condition is met, do the code. Okay, so what does that mean? Maybe we have a variable called x, int x equals 0, and we're going to loop this code. Oh, we want to do something. We want to say x. We're going to change x in some way. We're going to say x equals x plus 1. Okay, and we're going to run this code. We want to do this a whole bunch of times. We want to do this until x is 20. Okay. So we can say while our variable x is less than 20, run some code down here. System out print line. Yeah. And this is going to run forever. So let's see what's happening here. Let me make sure I am recording. Yep, I'm recording. Okay. So let's see what's happening here. So x is 0. Then we add 1. X is 1. While x is less than 20. X is 1, so x is less than 20. 1 is less than 20. So this is true. This turns into a Boolean. This turns into true or false, right? While true, it will run. And while false, it will not run. It'll just stop and go on. So until this condition is false, it's going to run the code. So x is 1, which is less than 20. So it runs the code and prints out yeah. It gets to the bottom of the while loop, which is this curly brace, and it hops back up and it says, okay, is x less than 20? Well, x is still 1. So it prints out yeah, and it comes down here and it hops back up and it says, while x is less than 20, well, x is 1. And so, and it's just going to keep going on forever and ever and ever and ever because x never changes. X is always 1, which is always less than 20, which means this is always true. The same thing would happen if I just ran this with true. They all print out. I could also run this with false, by the way, and it would never run. False. Unreachable statement, right? The stuff in here will never run. Let's go back to x. I'm going to set it less than 10. Okay. So I'm going to print out x when I hit run, and you'll see that it's always 1. Right? It just keeps going. If instead I remove this x equals x plus 1 from up here, and I put this into the while loop, it's going to run over and over and over again and change that value of x. So let's see what happens. Prints out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see why this happened. So x starts out at 0. We ask, is x less than 10? So 0 is less than 10, so this is true. So this will run. Print out whatever x currently is, which is 0, and then add 1 to x. And then we finish and we hop back up. So now x is 1, and we've printed 0. 1 is less than 10, so we will run this. This is true. We print out the 1, and we increment x. So now x is 2, and we printed out the 1. We hit the end, and we bounce back up. 2 is less than 10, so we print out x and add 1. Less than 10, print out x, add 1, all the way down, and we get this. Let's take the case where x just happens to be 8. Okay, we're going to jump ahead, and I'm going to say we're starting at 8, so right here. So I'm going to hit run. X is equal to 8. 8 is less than 10, so this runs. Prints 8, increments it to 9, hits the bottom, hops up. Now x is 9. 9 is less than 10, so this runs. Prints out the 9, adds 1. X is now 10. Pay very close attention to this. X is now 10, right? The fact that x is 10 does not end the loop. This does not check every single line. This only checks once the loop completes. So if I added another print statement here, you would actually see 10 being printed. But x is now equal to 10, and we hit the end and we bounce back up here. Is 10 less than 10? Nope, that's false. Oops. False. So this does not run again, and that is why you don't get 10 printed out. Even though this variable is 10, it doesn't loop again, and so it never reaches a print statement. Hopefully that makes sense. So you saw that this is a Boolean expression. So you could do anything in here, actually. You could say, you could have a Boolean variable called that's what it is, game over equals false, while game over is not equal to true, right? So while the game that we're playing is not done, we're going to keep looping. You can have compound statements. Let's see, turn count, int turn count equals 10. Int cur turn, this is like the current turn, equals 5. So you could say, and, well, game over is not true, and turn, cur turn is less than turn count. Less than or equal to. So both of this whole thing has to be true in order for the while to run. Make sense? Cool. Yeah, I think that's it for this. Bye.